Hey everyone, this is Dream, and I'm going to review Battletoads. That just came out on Xbox One. It's available on Game Pass, but it's also $19.99 if you want to buy it. The developer is Delilah Studios, and it's published by Xbox Game Studios and Rare. So, Battletoads is a new game that is very nostalgic for many gamers because Battletoads was a crazy hard platformer back in the 90s or maybe early 80s or late 80s, excuse me. Also developed by Rare back then, and it sort of has a cult following. And so my expectations were this game were probably pretty high. The I'll say that the I didn't think that the game would meet my expectations either. So because usually games that have a lot of past things like nostalgic, they don't meet the expectations. So at any rate, I'll go into what the game is and how it plays and what I think about it. So, this game is you have the opportunity to play as Rash, Pimple, or Zitz, the three characters that are Battletoads, and you get to traverse kind of a side-scrolling slash platformy type levels. It's a lot. It really reminds me of Turtles in Time that was made on the SNES back in the day, or maybe the N64. Um, the the Surprisingly enough, the game actually plays pretty solid. The control mapping is really solid, and you can kind of it's not too hard to pick up and play, and it all works really effectively. I didn't have any problems with that kind of thing. Um, Overall, the game is kind of silly, but yet fun at the same time. I mean, you're just these giant frogs, mutant frogs that are or toads, I should say, that are battling enemies of all sorts. There seems to be lots of variance in the types of enemies you're gonna attack as you get through the game, so that's kind of cool. And there's some different levels. I know the reason I mentioned Turtles in Time is because in that game you had some various levels that you would like fly around on, like space type things and other factors. And in this game you do a lot of that kind of stuff too. So that kind of makes it fun. It's not even just a straightforward playing this one kind of game type. You also have some mixed in things where you're riding on hoverboards, and then you have boss fights, and then you have just areas where you're just killing enemies, like in a normal side-scrolling platform type of way. Um, all the sounds and effects are really cool. They did a solid job of incorporating all the things that make people nostalgic for Battletoads, but also they made it, update it for today's technology, so to speak. So everything works really good. Seems like it plays really well on the Xbox. Um, Overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm honestly surprised that it met my expectations, considering I expected it not to. But hey, that sometimes that happens. Sometimes they actually do make a quality game when there's all these crazy expectations. So, um, as for the game overall, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. The only down thing was really the achievement list. It's quite hard, and also it seems like there's collectibles and things of that nature that you have to collect in some areas that they seem a little strange in order to get. Like you're gonna have to play some of the levels multiple times in order to get all of them, and certain things like that, because you're gonna have to learn where they're located in order to be able to get them. First playthrough, you're gonna miss some. Uh, but overall, I thought the game was pretty well done. The achievement list is pretty expansive. There's 61 achievements, and they range from just completing levels to smashing specific types of enemies and the reason I take a point off for the achievements is because they actually have 3-player co-op achievements, and it's only on your single console, no online play. If it had online play, then that would bump it up to a 7 out of 10 quite easily. But overall, if you are a fan of Battletoads or are nostalgic for games like Battletoads, and or you like old school Ninja Turtle games, you're gonna enjoy this. It's gonna be fun. $20 is the retail price. That's probably pretty solid. It's not a super short game, so you're gonna have time to really dig yourself in and enjoy this. You're gonna have to do it in a fashion where you're gonna have to sit down with yourself or maybe with a friend at your house and to mash out all the achievements. But other than that, you're gonna enjoy this game, relatively speaking. I've played probably about 2 or 3 hours so far in the game, and I've gotten, I would say, halfway through, probably, maybe a little bit more. I think that the difficulty definitely ramps up as you go along. I played on normal difficulty most of the time, but I could definitely see that it would be pretty tough if you played on the higher difficulties, at least in your first playthrough. But yeah, if you keep, if you get down on it, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna get through the game before you even realize it. Um, there's also kind of a fighting element, which is kind of added and cool because each character has lots of different moves and different ways to play. So overall, you're gonna find, you're gonna be able to switch to each character and do what you want to do each time. So overall, solid game. Nice job by Xbox Game Studios for publishing this so that us gamers can have a nostalgic look, especially during this time where there doesn't seem to be a ton of games that are coming out. Also, they're brand new and stuff. Now, I wanted to go ahead and add to the fact that me and Crazy RN, we used to do a channel called Crazy Dream Studios. We've decided to separate ways and do our own things. So you'll start seeing me do reviews here, and I'll be linking to Crazy like in our Discord and stuff too. He'll be putting his videos up as well, and he'll be doing some of the same games I am, and we'll collaborate some. So that'll be fun. So you'll see, those changes. But other than that, you're going to see the same kind of content from both of us that we've been doing, where we're going to be reviewing games and having fun doing it. So make sure to check out that, and make sure to come join the Discord, and we'll see you on the next bend. Okay, have a nice day, everybody.